morning everyone, it's Carol here at Aakash Journals, and I've got a little accordion fold book on my desk and I thought I would have a go at doing Junk Journal July. I made this little accordion fold book in January because I wanted to do Junk Journal January at the start of the year, but I also promised myself that I would catch up on some of the unfinished projects that I've got here in the craft room, and that was going to be my challenge this year. So I made this little book and set it aside, saying to myself that if I actually got a wriggle on with some of my unfinished projects, that when Junk Journal July came round, I would have a go at Junk Journal July. So I'm here and I'm going to have a go at it. Now, I had a couple of pieces of this gorgeous orange mount board and I've used that as the cover for my accordion fold journal. I did start decorating it, and if I flip it over you can see I've put some handmade paper on the back, and the reason I haven't done any more to it in terms of the decoration is because when I started decorating this I realised that I was decorating the back. Now ostensibly that wouldn't matter with an accordion fold journal, but it does matter with mine, and I'll show you why in a little while. So I stopped doing it and left it and started getting on with my unfinished projects. So I still have the cover to decorate, but I'm going to leave it very, very simple. Let me give you a quick flip through what my journal looks like inside. So if I open it up, and I have got a running repair to do here because I've used some vintage papers in this, and this was a vintage German, or is a vintage German ledger page, and it's obviously too delicate and it's cracked down that spine. So I'm going to be reinforcing it. I've got some tape here and I'm going to be reinforcing it with a piece of that down there. I'm also going to be putting a piece on here, another piece, and I'm going to wrap it round and I'm going to bring it onto the cover and then have that in the background when I get round to decorating my cover. So that's my plan for that and my running repair. So if I quickly open up my little journal, as you can see I've got some lovely coffee dyed paper here. Now this was gifted to me and I'm so sorry, I can't remember who gifted that to me, but I absolutely love it. I've been hoarding it, so I thought, well, I'd use it in this. This is some straw paper, as you can see. This is some handmade paper. This is some more of that German ledger paper, but this is the reverse. More handmade paper. Then I've got some brown packaging paper here that I've got some gold stenciling on. This is an old envelope and I've got a pocket there. More handmade paper. This is some vintage book text with a flap up there. And in here I've put a vintage receipt. I love vintage receipts, so I've got that in there, and then more of the German ledger paper here, and this is the back. And if I flip it over, that's why you can see that I know that this is the back of my journal, because I've got several pages there glued together. Some of the ledger paper, handmade paper, a bit of that gold brown paper there, more handmade paper, the straw paper. This is the back of the coffee stained paper, and as you can see I've salvaged it. It's got other pages that are glued to it, but I'm leaving those in place because I don't want a pristine journal here. I've got a bit of that handmade paper left over, so I put it on the back of the German ledger paper, and I've got a scrap of book text behind it there, and then we come back to the front. My idea for this, once I've done the running repair, is I want somewhere where I can store my prompts for this little journal. So what I've done is I've got here an old book page. It looks like a vintage document, but it actually isn't, and I've just folded it up, and I'm going to make a little fold out and stick that to the front cover and do a little salary closure here so that this will open up. These pieces I'm going to trim away, this piece I'm going to glue down, and I'm just going to have my prompts set inside there, and I will do some decorating in here. So that's my plan for the front inside cover. This will be down here like that, And then I've got another vintage book page that I've just folded, and I'm going to use this as a fold out. I'm going to take this section here and I'm going to glue it over the fold like that so that it's tucked underneath the envelope. And then I'm going to have this concertinaed here, probably move that up a little bit, something like that, and have that concertinaed here so that it will open out and give me my first page. So that's what I'm planning to do, and I'm going to get on and get that done this morning, and I will be back at the end to show you quickly what it looks like. Here we go, everybody. This is my finished journal, or what I'm doing to prepare it ready for starting on my prompts. As you can see, this is the front, and I've added the tape that I said I was going to do that running repair. So this is the back page. I've put some of that tape in, wrapped it round. The bit that I tore off is this bit, and I've just put that on the front. And when I get round to finishing off the cover, I will put some more of that tape on the back so that it all blends in together. And as you saw, I've put a piece of that tape inside. Now, I haven't cut or torn the edges of this simply because what I've created here will go over the top, and also that portion will be hidden as well. So let me show you this little one. It's going to be glued on the back, so I haven't decorated it. On the front, I've used some glassine paper that I coffee stained. So I've used a couple of portions there, a little sticker here, and there's some more stickers inside. Some more of that coffee stained glassine paper there, a bit of vintage book text and a bit of gold paper there. I've done my salary closure as I said I would, and I didn't quite punch the eyelet on that one, but I can live with that. It's tied with some vintage French twine, more of the dyed glassine paper there, and if I open it up, this is what it looks like inside. So it's a mishmash of that glassine paper. This was a paper bag that I was gifted that's been splattered with gold paint. If I hold it up to the camera, there we go, splattered with gold paint and green coloured paint. It's got a stamp of a ginkgo plant there, ginkgo biloba plant, bit of vintage book text, same as I've used on the front there. So that's dotted around in various places, and I've got another rub on there and one there. And this is the inside cover from a vintage book, and I've layered up some of the vintage book text at the side, left my edges to be pretty rough and rolled. I quite like that look. And if I open it up, as you can see, I've done a little bit of collaging down this side, another sticker there, or washi sticker I should call them, and I've just written out my prompts ready to use them. So I may well put something in here at the top to act as a journaling spot if I decide to use this as a journal that I write in, but I very rarely write in any of my journals, so I probably won't do that. Let me just close up my salary closure like that. And as I say, that will go on the inside cover there. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been doing, and I hope you'll join me for the next video when I tackle prompt number 1. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.